What is going on, ladies? This is Marcia here with another episode of the Lady Strong Fitcast. And today I have LSF Member of the Month, April Member of the Month, Martina. Martina and I, we're going to talk about how she lost 30 pounds and 3% body fat since joining Lady Strong Fitness.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Lady Strong Fitness.
Martina, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. So I know who you are, but for anyone that's tuning in today, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a project manager for an aerospace and defense company during the day, and I lift heavyweight at night.
Heavyweights indeed, and that is not over exaggerating. We're definitely going to talk about that because you are a strong mama jamma. So, Martina, since starting, I want to kind of talk about why did you decide to join Lady Strong Fitness, and what was your structure like prior to Lady Strong Fitness? So let's talk about that.
Well, prior to Lady Strong Fitness, I had two trainers, and we trained. They were one was a bodybuilder and one was he competed in lifting. So they both introduced me to lifting heavy weights and things like that. So I really got interested in that. But prior to that, I was really into HIIT, high intensity interval training. But when I got introduced to weights, that really woke up something different inside me.
I love that. It definitely did wake up something different. So since joining, you started out doing more of the group, the HIIT classes, and then you transitioned to hybrid, which is now doing both the semi-private and still continuing to do the group. And throughout that time, you were able to lose a substantial amount of weight since joining in 2024. So it's been a little over 13, 15 months. Somewhere around there. And I want to know what led to that weight loss, because I know what you're doing in the gym, but did any of that contribution help outside of the gym as well?
Yeah, basically I just had to, because I had lost a substantial amount of weight prior.
Okay.
So, and then I gained it back, but I knew that nutrition was like a big deal. You have to, it's 20% in the gym and it's 80% out of the gym.
So true.
The diet, yeah. So tightening up my diet and showing up for the gym, it really helped.
I like that. So when you say tighten up, and I only ask a little bit deeper, I want to dive deeper because some people really don't understand nutrition. They think they have to restrict themselves from eating and cut out carbs and things of that nature. So what exactly did you do in regards to your nutrition that helped?
I actually got a nutritionist, which really helped also because I was going to the doctor. She was checking the first time I started to do in-body scans was the December before I joined Lady Strong. So she was teaching me about the importance of water, how much water intake you should have, carbs, protein, fats, all that. So just being more knowledgeable about the foods you intake, that really helps.
That's so true. I could 100% agree with you there, because for people that are listening in today, some people don't even understand macros and don't understand what protein, carbs, and fats are. So if you're listening in today, ladies, the first thing that I would suggest is to reach out to a Green Squad team member, because we would be more than happy to assist you and have a consult with you, because we do offer that type of guidance as well. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that, Martina. So I didn't really meet you until last summer when we did our outdoor throwdown. So let's talk about that. So for people that are listening in today, we have what's called an outdoor throwdown, where it's a friendly competition we had outdoors against other competitors, and you were partnered with someone. That was the first time I actually met you, and I had no idea who you were leading up to that. But when I saw you, and I'm like, who is this person? I mean, great form, lifting strong, super motivating. I think it's what is your mind? I mean, your mindset. Please explain. How are you able to have the mindset that you do around weightlifting in general? Because some women can be timid by lifting heavier weights.
Because I had the experience and I have the I don't say experience, but I know the results. Because
Hmm.
when you first start lifting, you automatically think, "Oh, I'm gonna look like a man. I'm gonna get all these muscles." You're not. You're gonna be. Your body will change significantly, and
Hmm.
you'll look more. I want to say va 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 boom, but you'll have more curves. You'll look more feminine lifting heavier weight. So the more muscle you can build, the more fat you burn, and you'll reach your goal if that's your goal.
It is so true. You definitely like right on target there. So I would like to talk about the semi-private versus group. What do you see to be the biggest benefits if someone's like on the fence perhaps about even doing a complimentary session in that room? Share your overall experience and what that's like and how it is compared to the group side of things.
I will say the number one thing is there are no burpees in semi.
Okay, that's fair.
Really burpees now. But no, in the semi-private, it's more focused. Even though it's you and three other ladies or however many ladies in the class, it's more of a focused training. So if
Hmm.
you never had a personal trainer before, you'll have one in that class. If you've
Hmm.
never had more encouragement from the group, you'll have your group pushing you. Because if somebody before you, because we're rotating doing these exercises, if somebody's picking up say 150, you might say, you
Hmm.
know what, leave the weight on. I'll try 150. So you'll
For
try
sure.
things you never tried before. You'll push yourself more in that atmosphere, and it's more focused. So you have
Hmm.
an upper body day, you have a lower body day, and you have a back and shoulder day.
Yep.
So it's structured. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, very much so. So there's also something I want to mention to everyone is that we had what was called a PR challenge. And for those of you that don't know, I think you're kind of know where I'm going with this. The PR challenge is something that we did. I think it was for, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 weeks. And it was whomever can lift the most amount of weight within that PR challenge, which is your personal record, meaning if you were able to lift maybe 100 pounds one week, and then the following week you maybe increase it by 5 pounds, that's a PR record for yourself. So you won that PR challenge, which was the $500 cash prize. So kudos to you for that.
Thank
Again,
you.
I'm in awe. I wish I had. And as a matter of fact, as we speak, I'm going to make sure the next time you take a semi-private class, I think these women need to witness firsthand you lifting. So I'll make sure Coach Christian or whoever you have, I want people to see how strong you truly are. And it's so motivating to see. So as we speak, I'm going to have that B-roll playing in the background so people can see how heavy you lift. So I think one thing, if you had to share with someone, and we'll probably leave it off at this, Martina, what would be your biggest advice to someone who's maybe on the fence or hesitant about lifting heavier weights? What's your advice for someone like that?
Just have the Nike approach. Just do it.
Just do it.
Get get out of your brain, get in the gym and pick it up because a lot of these people are picking up babies, they're picking up car seats. Our purses are like 30, 40 pounds, some of us. You can do it. Don't be
Hmm.
scared. Just try it. The
I
worst
love
you
that.
can do is not be able to lift it. That's it.
I,
But
I love
you
that
have you're capable.
for
That's
sure.
you're definitely capable.
100%. I'm curious, what does your goals look like over the next 6 to 12 months? Do you have any at all? If so, please share.
Yeah, my goal now is body what I can't think of the word. I don't want to say transformation. That's not the word. But body recomposition was
Okay.
that's what I want to do. That's what my main focus is over the next couple of months because I know I can do it, lifting heavier weights. Now that
Hmm.
that's my main focus, body recomposition.
I love that. I think that should be everybody's goal at the end of the day because there's so much emphasis put on the scale and it's so much more than just the number on the scale. Like you said, for me personally, in my fitness and wellness journey, it's what I see in the mirror that makes me happy and that motivates me to continue to move forward. So if I see any sort of recomposition, if it's, my muscle popping out in my delt or in my shoulder, or if I see, it just everybody has a different goal in mind. But I think more emphasis truly needs to be put on that versus the number on the scale. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
I love that. So I'm going to do something different here. Typically, I like to end each episode by having you give advice. But I'm going to switch it up a little bit because we're hearing all the good things that you're doing, crushing it, lifting heavy, losing weight. Let's talk about something that maybe haven't, necessarily been so good for you. What has that been like, and how are you able to overcome that?
Well, what would be like this is I don't want to say the bane of my existence, but trying to just progress in different things. Like I want to know how to do a pull up or a push up. I just I just found out I could do push ups on my toes. I have been doing them on my knees for so long. And then we did the FMS test. And I said, wait, I think I can do push ups like this. But for the most part, whatever I struggle with, I that's one thing I continually work on. I don't just say, "Oh, I can't do it. I'm not going to try to do it." That's more motivation to keep me because I'm not perfect at everything. So I want to get better at everything. So just whatever I'm struggling with,
Yeah.
that's my mindset. Just keep working on it until you get better at it.
I love that. So you're focusing more on the weaknesses and trying to turn those into strength. And I love that. I love that. I love your mindset. It's really inspiring. So I'm curious. Let's dig a slightly deeper. You're like, I didn't know I could do push-ups. So what made you? Did you just like, I'm just going to try to do push-ups today? Was it someone that helped you or assisted you? Like, how did you find out that like, holy cow, I can do push-ups?
We were doing the FMS test, and one of the tests you have to push yourself up from the floor, and you have to be on your toes when you push yourself up. So Christian, he was like, try to do it. And I'm like, oh, just go ahead and give me a zero now because I'm able to do it. Just give me a zero. So he's like, no, try. So he told me, put your hands here, do this, do that. And I pushed myself up from the floor. And it was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of easy. So I'm like, what, I could do push-ups like this? And then we're doing a push-up challenge right now. And the first day it was do push-ups on your toes. Do your push-ups on your toes. So, and I think we did like 20. Well, we had to do 20, but I was able to do it. So it's just
Let's
we have a lot
go.
yeah, we have a lot of challenges at LSF. So you
I
get out,
love that.
yeah, step outside the
Yes. Awesome. So shout out to Coach Christian for pushing you, number one. Number two, ladies, if you haven't had the opportunity to take a fitness test, what's really nice is that we offer them at the beginning of the quarter and at the end of the quarter. So that way you can see your progress that's being made over that duration. So if you haven't, now you know, get ready for the next fitness test. So Martina, this has truly been an inspiring episode. And ladies, I'm hoping that you at least got something out of it. With that being said, ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode of the Lady Strong Fitcast. Have an amazing day, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.